Hi, welcome to today's practice. Starting in a comfortable seated position, so cross-legged if it's appropriate. You can place a cushion under the seat to lift higher if it feels more appropriate for the knees, or you can bring the feet out. Okay. So find that comfortable seat, root down through the sit bones and start to lengthen through the belly into the spine. Bring the back of the hands onto the knees and join the thumb and first finger together. Take a deep breath in and a full exhale. I invite you to close the eyes here if that feels comfortable, or keep them open. Just starting to move into the breath. Notice the rhythm of the natural breath as you find that connection through the sit bones with the mat and the extension through the crown of the head. So lifting nice and tall at the same time rooting down. Softening the shoulders from the ears to open the chest. And then start to lengthen and deepen both the inhale and the exhale. So think about drawing the breath in for about a count of 4. And exhale for the same count of 4. Soften the skin on the face. And starting to quieten down the mind. Bringing yourself into your body and just paying attention to how it feels today. 2 more breaths here. Full exhale. Take an inhale. As you exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, lift the head. Take the gaze towards the ceiling. Drop the head back. Inhale back to center. Take the right hand behind. Left hand comes across to the right knee. Press down and lengthen through both sit bones. And with the exhale, twist from the base of the belly and gently start to take the gaze over the right shoulder. So we find a twist into the side of the body. Lengthen again. And twist with the exhale. Inhale back to center. Let's take left hand behind, right hand onto the left knee. Lengthen and stretch and lift up. Exhale. Twist from the base of the belly, nice and gently, taking the gaze over the left. And again, lengthen. And twist. Slowly with the inhale back to center. Take the hands interlace and then turn the palms away. Push out through the hands and straighten the arms as much as you can. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift the arms all the way up overhead. Feel that stretch through both sides of the body. Take another full breath in, lengthen. Exhale, dip across to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, dip across to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release the hands down, roll the shoulders, and then making our way onto hands and knees. So nice and slowly, wrist under shoulders, knees under hips, moving towards the front end of the mat, spreading the fingers nice and wide, top of the feet on the floor. With the inhale, dip the belly down and send the gaze up, coming for cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, push it to ceiling and gaze through the legs. And again, inhale, dip the belly gaze up. Exhale, push the spine to the ceiling, chin to chest, gaze through the space in the legs. And again, inhale for cow pose, dip the belly gaze up. Exhale for cat, push the spine nice and high. Think angry cat, rounding the spine, chin to chest. And then inhale, back towards neutral spine, somewhere between cat and cow. lengthening through the crown of the head. Keep the head nice and long. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, see if you can extend that right leg behind. Let's bring it halfway. Push out through the back heel. Turn the toes down to the floor on that right foot. If you feel stable, see if you can float the left arm forward. Keeping that body nice and long. Really reach through the fingers on that left hand. Press out through the back heel. All the energy, we're bringing it right to the center of the body. Breathing in. And out. Next exhale. Release left hand down. Bring the right knee down. Take it to child's pose between the sides. So bottom to heels of feet. Elbows release down. And see if you can bring the forehead down towards the floor. Don't worry if the head doesn't come down. Just keep it nice and soft. Taking a full breath in. And out. Inhale. Lift it back up to hands and knees. Setting up for the other side. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Neutral spine, nice and long. Take a breath in. As you exhale, extend left leg behind. Nice and slowly, nice and controlled. Turn the toes down towards the floor. Push out through the heel. Think about drawing the navel in towards the spine to protect the lower back. If you feel stable, float the right hand forward. Reach through the fingers, keeping that breath strong and steady. Notice the difference between the sides. Maybe one side's easier to balance than the other. So just pay attention to what your body is drawing you to. One more breath in. Exhale. Release right hand down. Release the knee down. Let's just take it back to child's pose again. Bottom to heels. Hands forward, elbows down maybe, and then forehead down. Full breath in. And out. Inhale. Lift it back up to hands and knees, nice and slowly. Now we're going to move into downward facing dog. So we want to take the wrist just in front of the hand, spread the fingers nice and wide, tuck the toes under, feet are hip width. Inhale, lift the knees off the floor and take the sit bones up and back into space. Make sure feet are at least hip width here, and then bend one leg at a time. So pedaling out the legs nice and slowly, moving with the breath. Keep the breath nice and strong. Make sure neck is nice and loose, so look through the space between the legs. Taking a couple more breaths here. And then let's release the knees back down to the floor. Untuck the toes. Take it back to child's pose again. Bottom to heels, forehead down, just for one breath in. Exhale. Inhale, lift it to hands and knees. Tuck the toes. Again, downward facing dog with the exhale. Lift the sit bones up and back. So we kind of look like an inverted V shape or something that looks similar. Again, pedal out those legs, still warming up the body. If the legs feel really tight, be right on the balls of the feet. Bend the knees and draw the chest towards the thighs, keeping that breath strong and steady. Pressing the heels down towards the floor. And again, pedaling out nice and strong. Slowly, we're going to start to walk the feet forward towards the front of the mat, nice and slowly. Take your time, coming forward. Placing the feet hip width. Soften the knees. Bring the fingertips or back of the hands to the floor and then completely let go of the head. Release the head down. Move it from side to side, nod it yes and no. Notice how the legs feel. The legs don't have to be really straight here. Bend those knees. You might even be able to get the chest all the way onto the thighs. With the inhale, lift and lengthen to flat back. Bring the hands onto the shins, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold. Hands or fingertips down to the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, final time, lengthen to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soft knees. Sweep the arms out to the side. Lead with the chest. Come all the way up to standing. Bring the hands together overhead. Take the gaze up. Exhale, palms to center. Take a moment here at the front of the mat in mountain pose. Nice and tall, feet hip width rooting down through the feet. Bring the hands to heart center. Roll the shoulders down the back. Very gently press the hands so we open the chest. Taking a full breath in and out. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward, hinge from the hips, lead with the chest, soft knees, hands coming down to the floor. Lengthen to flat back with the inhale, fold with the exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, rise up to standing, come all the way up, hands overhead. Exhale, palms through center. And again, inhale, sweep the arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward, lead with the chest, fingertips or palms down to the floor. Lengthen to flat back with the inhale, fold with the exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms out, final time, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, palms through center. Release the hands down by the side of the body, take a full breath in and out. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Palms are coming down to the floor or fingertips. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Lengthen to flat back with the inhale. Fold with the exhale. Step the right foot back. Left foot back into plank pose. Think about squeezing the bum to draw the belly in. Press out through the heels and then drop the knees down. Keep the shoulders over the wrists. With the next exhale, chin and chest comes down to the ground. Untuck the toes, move into baby cobra, press down through the hips, keep the elbows in, lift the chest and the head off the floor. Think nice and long in the spine to build the strength. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift it back to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath out when you get to the top. Sigh that breath out. Stay in here for 2 more breaths. Remember, if it's tight down the back of the legs, bend the knees, lift the sit bones and draw the chest towards the thighs. Otherwise, pressing those heels down towards the floor. 1 more breath. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Step the right foot forward, left foot forward. Lengthen to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, palms through center. And again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, palms down, or fingertips. Lengthen to flat back with the inhale. Fold with the exhale. This time, left foot back, right foot follows into plank pose. Squeeze the bum, press out through the heels, extend through the crown of the head. Drop the knees, exhale, lowering down to the floor. Untuck the toes, lift into baby cobra, tiny back bend. Keep the elbows in, shoulders down the back. Neck is nice and long. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift it to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Separating those feet hip width. Again, pushing the heels down or bending the knees and lifting onto the balls of the feet if it's a little bit too strong a stretch down the back of the legs. Separate the fingers nice and wide and think about looking through the space between the legs to release any tension. Next exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Step the left foot forward, right foot forward. Lengthen to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, palms through center. Release the hands down by the side of the body and take a big step out. So you're long ways on the mat. Toes both pointing forward. Stand nice and tall, hands on hips. Press down through the feet, lift all the way up, reach through the fingers. Make a star shape with the hands. As you exhale, right hand down, left hand sweeps all the way up and over. Look down towards the right toes. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm stretches all the way up and over. Again, look down to the toes with the exhale. Inhale, lift all the way back up. Hands on hips. Right toes now face the front of the mat. So turn the toes, pointing towards the front of the mat. Back foot, front heel lines up with the back arch, coming for warrior two with the feet. So nice and long. If you lift your arms out, normally feet are placed where the fingertips end, just a rough guide. Bring the hands to heart center. Sink down into that front leg. Make sure you can see the toes on the front foot. Wiggle forward. Sweep the back arm out to begin with. Lift and lengthen. Make sure you look back to the hand, see if it's lifted. And then float the right fingers up. Lengthen all the way through to the fingers. Root down through the feet. Keeping that breath strong and steady. Take a full breath in. Exhale, drop the back arm down and lift that right arm up and over so we get a stretch down the right side of the body. Reverse warrior. Breathing in. And out. Maybe even take the gaze down to the floor. One more breath here. Full exhale. Inhale, lift it back up into warrior two. Let's now release that front arm down onto the front thigh and sweep that back arm up. Fingers vertical, open the chest up. Breath is strong and steady, root down through both feet. Exhale if you can for a breath. Bring that top arm down towards the ear. You can look up to the ceiling, in front, or down towards the floor, wherever feels more comfortable for the neck. One more breath in. Exhale, lift all the way back up into warrior two. And then windmill the hands down either side of the front foot. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. Step it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lowering, dropping the knees. Lower all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes. Lift into cobra. So tiny back bend, baby cobra. Or go a little bit further, slowly peeling up away from the mat. Keep the elbows in and shoulders down the back. Neck is nice and long. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes. Inhale. Lift all the way back up. Nice and slowly. Full breath out. Bending my knees. And then big step forward with the right foot and the left foot. Lengthen to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, palms through center. Big step out again now with the foot so you face the long edge of the mat. Again, bring the arms out. See if the fingers line up with the feet roughly. Hands down. Turning those left toes now towards the back of the mat. Getting that heel arch alignment. Front heel lines with the back arch. So just little maneuvers with the feet. Hands on hips. Hips square to the long edge of the mat, and then sink a little bit lower into that front leg. So we're really working in the legs and opening the hips. Hands on hips. Sweep the right hand behind. Look at where that right hand is positioned, and then focus on that left arm, lift it up. Look down the left middle finger. Sink a little bit lower if you can, keeping that breath strong and steady. Let's reverse the warrior, drop the back arm down. Lift that left arm all the way up and over towards the ear. Again, take the gaze down to the floor if that feels better for the neck. One more breath in, really reach with the fingers on that left hand. Exhale, reach a little bit further if you can. Inhale, lift back to center. And then release the left arm down onto the left thigh. Draw the right arm, the top arm, all the way up, fingers to ceiling to begin with. Feel like you're lengthening both sides of the body. Final exhale, draw that top arm down towards the ear. Keep the chest open. One more breath in. And out. Inhale, lift back up, warrior two. Then we're going to bring the hands onto the hips. Turn the left toes in. Coming for a wide leg forward fold. So toes point forward or slightly inwards. Bring the hands onto the hips, lengthen, lift all the way into the chest. As you exhale, soften the knees, hinge from the hips and fold forward. nice and slowly. Think about pushing out through the backs of the thighs, really using the legs to come down. Remember, we're folding from the waist, from the hips. Try and keep that back, the spine nice and long. Every exhale, we lower a little bit further down towards the floor. Keep pushing the elbows together to open the chest. Keep the neck nice and long. One more breath in. Full exhale. Soften the knees. Inhale, lead with the chest. Come all the way back up to standing. All the way up. And then release the hands. Heel toe the feet back towards each other. Shake it out. Let's come for balance now. Coming for a tree pose, we're going to separate the feet hip width. Hands to heart center or on hips, wherever feels most appropriate. 3 versions of a tree. Pick the one that's most appropriate for you. Send the weight into the left foot first, and then either bring the right foot and place it very gently low on the ankle. First variation. Second variation, bring the foot between the ankle and the knee, so low tree. Third variation, you can bring that foot and place it inside the left thigh and press it into that left thigh to find the engagement. Pick the version that suits you. Hands to heart center. Stay here and breathe into that balance. Think about bringing awareness into the core and sending the breath out from the center. You might even want to take the hands all the way up and over for an extra breath. And as you exhale, release the hands all the way down. Slowly release that right foot down. Shake it out. And then set up for the left side. Feet hip width. Hands to heart center or at hips. First variation again. Bring the heel of the left foot on towards the ankle of the right foot. Hold it here. Or low tree, that foot between the ankle and the knee joint. If you feel more balanced and you want to go a little bit further, take hold of the left foot and place it inside that right thigh. Push together to keep the foot from slipping down. Hands to heart center. Take the variation that suits you today. Breathe it in. Press down through that standing foot. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Maybe you want to take the hands overhead if you feel balanced. Lift it up. Maybe even open the hands. Keeping that breath nice and strong. You might find you sway a little bit as well. That's absolutely fine. Muscles working nice and hard. Exhale, hands through the center. And then slowly releasing that leg down. Let's shake it out. Shake out the feet, shake out the hands, roll. Coming back towards the top of the mat down, we're coming down to the floor. Do a couple of seated postures. Hands down by the side, feet under the hips. With the inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, soften the knees, hinge from the hips, fold forward, palms down. Lengthen to flat back with the inhale. As you exhale, step back with the right foot and the left foot into downward facing dog. One more breath and stretch here, lift the sit bones up. And then drop the knees down to the floor. Make your way onto your bottom and extend the legs forward out in front. So finding now a comfortable seat, sitting down, finding the sit bones, feet together, draw the toes back towards the face. Feel like you're sitting nice and upright. If it doesn't feel like you're sitting upright, maybe falling back, you can bend the knees and this may bring the upright, the core forward. Or you can sit on a cushion, a couple of cushions to lift the hips a little bit higher. So find the variation that suits. Bend the knees if you need to. Bring the hands down by the side and just focus here for a moment, rooting down through the long side of the body, pressing down through the legs into the sit bones. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, take the gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. So reaching really high with the fingers, all the way up, lift through the sides of the body. Exhale, you might be able to reach hold of the feet. Maybe you can take the toes, big toes, wrap with the first 2 fingers. Maybe even the sides of the feet. Maybe you bring the hands down, you're sitting nice and tall, and the spine is just lengthening to here. Take the variation that suits. Try not to round the spine. We are moving from the hip joint. So wherever you are, lengthen and lift with the inhale. And then with the exhale, see if you can go a little bit deeper into the pose, nice and long as you lengthen and fold. Keep rooting down through the bottom. Toes flex, pointed towards the ceiling. 2 more breaths here, lengthening and folding. 1 more breath in and out. Inhale nice and slowly, come all the way back up. Roll it out. Taking the right foot now and bringing it inside the left thigh. So we're opening the right hip. Make sure that knee feels nice and safe. You can always prop it with a cushion if it feels like it's too far, going too far down and hanging in the air. Lift and lengthen through the sides of the body and turn the torso so we're facing over the left leg. Sweep the arms all the way up again to get the length through the sides of the body. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Lengthen all the way from the base of the spine through to the crown of the head. Again here, bring the hands down to the floor, onto the shin, or if you can reach, take hold of the foot. Lengthen and fold. Taking 3 more breaths here, lengthening with the inhale, fold with the exhale. Keeping that breath strong and steady. With the next inhale, lift all the way back up, nice and slowly. Let's bring that right foot down, shake it out. Same on the other side. We're going to take that left foot, bring it inside the right thigh. So place it in, make sure this knee feels safe, prop it up if you need to with cushions. Turn the toes on the right foot up towards the ceiling. Get your hands on the waist and twist the waist so you're facing over that right leg. And then float the arms all the way up. Create more length down the sides of the body. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Again, keep nice and long in the top body. Bring the hands onto the shin or down on the floor, or if you can reach, take the hands out to the extended leg. Lengthen with the inhale, and then fold with the exhale. Keeping that breath strong and steady. Breathing in and out. Final breath here. Keep the neck nice and long. And then slowly with the inhale, lift it back up nice and slowly. Release the left leg out. Shake the legs out. Phew. Bring the feet to the floor. Come in for boat pose now. We're going to hold on behind the thighs, draw the legs in, and then find the sit bones, 2 bones on the bottom. And then see if we can hold on tight behind the thighs and float the feet off the floor. If it helps to have one heel down and change, maybe that's more appropriate. Otherwise, float both feet off the floor. Trying to get the shins parallel with the ground. Press down through the base of the spine and lift into the shoulders. Open the chest, roll the shoulders down the back. Face is nice and soft. Find space between the toes as well. Maybe just spread the toes, flex the feet, and keep that breath nice and strong. Breathing in and out. 2 more breaths here. Try and keep the spine nice and long. Really activate through the sit bones. Draw the toes back. Keep it really energetic. Final breath in and out. Release the feet down to the floor. Let's make our way halfway down the mat. Bring the feet down, extend the arms forward. We're rolling down now, all the way down. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Keeping that breath nice and strong. Lovely. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Massage the lower back, rock from side to side. Just for a little breather. Bring the feet down to the floor. Arms out to the side, creating a T shape. Take a full breath in. Exhale, drop the knees down to the right, nice and slowly. Look over the left shoulder. Close the eyes if you want to here, turn the senses in. And feel a stretch that goes from the shoulder, maybe all the way down the left leg. Softening through the whole side of this body. So finding more space between the vertebrae, between the pieces of the spine. One more breath in. Full exhale. Inhale, lift the knees back up to center. With the exhale, drop the knees down to the left. Nice and controlled, take the gaze over the right shoulder. Maybe close the eyes, turn the senses in. And then sending the breath down into the right side of the body. Notice the difference between the sides as well. Maybe one side's a little bit stiffer than the other. Maybe one side feels more open. So it's just bringing yourself into your body and being aware, paying attention. Using that breath. Keep the breath nice and deep. Final breath in. And out. Use the core to lift the knees back up to center. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Full body stretch. Extend the legs all the way down. Take the arms overhead. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms away. Push out through the palms. And then press out through the left heel. And then really press out through the right heel. Release the hands. Rotate wrists. Rotate ankles. And then making our way into relaxation. So, taking the feet maybe mat width, hands on the floor, space between the sides of the body and the arms. Moving the head from side to side. If this doesn't feel comfortable for the body, feel free to bring the feet flat on the floor and let the knees come together. This allows the spine to kind of root down to the earth. Okay, so take the position that suits you best. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, close the eyes and bring the senses in. And stay here for at least 10 breaths. Longer if you can. Enjoying the relaxation, enjoying the part of the practice now where you absorb the energy and notice how the body feels right at this moment. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.